Hey guys, it's Kenji. We're back again with our dungeon little exploration. We left off pretty much here in the first video that we made for Blade and Soul. So it's gonna be kind of a short video. It's just gonna be so that you guys can get the gist of how dungeons in this game works. This is one of the semi low level dungeon. I mean, yeah, you can consider it low level. I mean, I'm level 13. Um, so this is alright. The dungeons later on get a lot more like they have bosses in them. This one I don't think has a boss in it. But as you go up more, the higher the level the dungeon is, there's gonna be bosses that you're gonna have to deal with that have certain mechanics towards them, which makes the dungeons really fun. And without further ado, oh well, my friend here, Rexwell, is. Oh, sorry, Riku-san is.
The man of many
Essence.
names. The
Oh,
man
yeah,
of many
the man of
names.
many names. But his name is Riku-san because I keep forgetting that's what we're going on with for Blade and Soul, and any other
Or
games.
for life.
Yeah, yeah. Um, so, oh, I mean, I usually call you Rexwell when I have to on MMOs.
Where
I
my name
just
is that, but otherwise.
yeah. So, all right. Without further ado, guys, we're just gonna head in straight into this. I actually forgot this dungeon a bit. I don't really remember it. So we're just gonna go in and see what stuff there is in here. Right off the bat, there's a explosive chest. There's like nice little drops that you get from pretty much and the monsters drop them sometimes. The soldiers themselves, like the little infantry guys, they tend to drop it sometimes so that you don't need to. Um, it doesn't always pop up on a explosive cart. It can also pop up from an enemy. Um, right there, that was just a stroke of luck, I guess. I don't know. So that particular bomb that I picked up and I threw at the enemy stuns them. There's different ones. There's ones that are timed, which I can't stress enough. Be careful with those because they will have a timer right on top of them, and if you pick them up at like one and decide to hold on to them, they will blow up and kill you in one hit. So be very careful with that. So far, we're not having that much of an issue. Again, this is like a low-level dungeon. It's very pretty though. I gotta say. I'm kind of remembering a little bit this dungeon.
For
So
the most part, most of the starting dungeons can be done with no help at all. Some people do have issues though. I have yet to understand.
yeah,
Because like
most of these
can
dungeons,
dodge.
most of these dungeons in this game in general for Blade and Soul, are pretty much made so that you kind of could solo it until later on, where you have to actually have a party. But the main
Yeah.
story dungeons, they're not that bad. They can be soloed. Um, that's what I've seen so far. Not that I've gone too high level yet. Max level I've ever gotten was probably like 25 closest. Um, but it's not that bad. Soloing dungeons is not that difficult. Later on,
And for all of the story, as he mentioned, it's story quests that pretty much make it easier. If you do a group, it's more so to get like special items to like increase your weapon abilities and stuff like that. It's sort of like the cherry on top. It's not necessary for all those people who really don't like grouping, but I'd suggest grouping up with some people because it's a little easier. It's you don't have to wait around as much. You
yeah,
don't have to waste so many potions either.
on the chat itself, you guys can easily see that there's a party finder chat. So people are all gonna request they're looking for party, or or honestly speaking, they're looking for someone to just hang out with or something. Uh, you never
No,
know.
it's usually a party. It's
The
usually
community, no, I mean the community in here is very nice.
the
Um,
community here is very nice.
yeah. I have, well, the community I've the couple of people I have met on so far, they're very nice. Um,
Overall, mute some of your chats.
yeah, no, I mean,
My opinion, yeah,
well, that's because
it's not a bad community, but it gets
you've had a couple of bad ones. That's all.
compared to some of the other communities, it's weird because like
Oh, I mean, that's almost
no
every
one
game.
seems as ridiculously obsessed to being, I don't know, assage to each other than like sadly this community.
That's almost every game.
No, it's I played the
WoW
CN
does
version.
that.
I
Smite
played
does
the
that.
Korean version. It's always the Western releases.
You should heal, by the way.
Screw healing. I'm a
Okay. Well,
monster.
anywho,
I just haven't been blocking. See, so that's the thing. Like right now we're talking and all that stuff, and I haven't been blocking. Blocking is very important if you're not going to do some of the other movements. You do get other dodge movements, so like since this is the Western release, there's a lot of the things have been changed to sort of make quicker gameplay rather than story-oriented gameplay or grinding gameplay, which is what a lot of Korean games are. It's changed up a lot to sort of like giving you all of these skills sort of in advance. So if you played any of the other versions, right now you wouldn't really have two of the dodges, but on this version I already have my back dodge, which is the natural dodge that you get, and my side dodge, which pretty much what it does is it does a semicircle. So it sends you from the front of the character, or wherever you are on the character, to the exact other side, 180 degrees. And that's effective for taking care of blocks and stuff like that.
yeah. So sadly enough, I should have handed in my quest previously. I have a feeling there was a lot of quest stuff in this dungeon.
Not really, actually.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway.
This is a very story dungeon. This is actually the dungeon where you sort of start learning some more of your more advanced techniques. Hajun starts showing you some combos to counter people, rather than just
Oh yeah. So for
damage.
so for those, like I said, this is not a story based heavy.
It's
I will
beautiful.
I will say right now, straight up, there is a spoiler in here, and that is as I don't know if you guys already can tell, Hajun is a little bit sickly. I'm pretty sure you guys can see that. Oh, hold on. Okay, I'm supposed to get knocked down by the dummy. I'm sorry. So
Yeah.
what I just did right there,
So this time, in this section of the game, he starts teaching you how to counter things. More so, not before the attack, but after the attack happens. So that's the point of Hajun right now. He's sort of teaching you all the things to do after you've already messed up, because you don't always have your dodge cooldowns. That's sort of a balancing way, because like, wow, another Naruto reference. I don't know if you guys have played the online Naruto, but some people, the reason why they did that big change where they limited the amount of times that you could do teleportation. What was it? That piece of wood. It's not Shadow Clone. It's not Rasengan. Yeah, I haven't really seen Naruto much. That thing that frustrates Sasuke. His mortal nemesis, the piece of wood.
a log.
Yeah, no, but it has a jutsu name. It's not just called log. Substitution jutsu.
Actually, you said that, and you said it wasn't that.
I said Shadow Clone. It's not Shadow Clone. It's not.
Oh.
If I did say substitution jutsu, I'm sorry, but
No. You said Shadow Clone. That was my bad.
yeah. but it's sort of like that. I lost my point. I'm sorry. It's the story really does get me.
So yeah, as you guys pretty much saw when I was doing the training with Hanjun, pretty much what happens is if I
All
get
right,
knocked down.
balance.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
Anyways, but
It's about balancing. You have cooldowns because you need to have a sort of balanced gameplay. It's just so people just don't spam dodges every 2 seconds. You do have cooldowns on your dodges. So the point of this one is to show you that there are extra hidden skills that pop up whenever you're on the floor. End of point. Sorry.
that interruption though.
I'm sorry.
Anyways,
My brain. I'm sorry. Something happened, and I'm emotionally torn now. Because this is like my 4th time seeing it, but I'm emotionally torn, and it just lost me. I keep getting sad. Like there was an English port. Like, couldn't you guys have just, I don't know, changed that part?
anyways,
Save my
so
guys.
the part that he's talking about is going to come up soon on mine. This is why I said spoiler alert on this part, and you guys just, I mean, it foreshadows and it's obvious of what's going on happen to him. So it's like you'll notice it very easily.
It was a dark and stormy night.
So yeah, obviously
That's called foreshadowing.
darkness is coming out of him, and you know, this game is
So
pretty
pretty
dark.
much what's happened is we
Well,
sort of
don't
glossed
explain it.
over.
We'll explain it on the other one.
No, that's
Don't-
what I'm
don't-
saying though. That's we've sort of glossed it over, but there is some story that we've like really skipped. Like really, it
Well-
has to. So whenever you do see the next video, we're gonna go a little bit slower, and well, at least Ken will, because it sort of leaves out some major details, and it introduces some characters that you guys should know about if you are interested in the story. As we said before, this isn't a story-oriented gameplay. This is more like giving you a look as to what you can look forward to if you want to try out certain classes, but our other 2 characters will be very story-oriented, just so that we can, you know, people who want to enjoy the story can enjoy the story, even if they, you know, don't want to play the game or they can't play the game for whatever reason.
Well, that's pretty nice. So if I just run forward, walk forward and stuff, and hit shift, he just runs. That's pretty nice.
Yeah, it's a toggle shift. It's a toggle run, sorry. I think they changed that up because in the previous version, you actually had to hold shift.
Mm.
I'm glad that they've switched this up. It's really, yes. Are you really just gonna stop running randomly? Although I can't see why it wasn't a toggle shift before.
Oh, great. So again, you guys are gonna have to ignore the background. I usually record at a really bad time when I'm at home and my parents are here. They get really noisy and stuff.
Yeah. Other times we'll record from a secret location, undisclosed to all of you.
So you know, besides that, I just got a necklace. Kind of an accessory, I guess, in this game. There's no real crazy equipment stuff, but except for maybe just that and upgrading that stuff. This game is not heavily based on you getting like a chest piece, head piece, and all that stuff like typical MMOs. Well, MMORPGs particularly. So besides that, though, I'm gonna end the video here. So as you guys saw, that was pretty much a little nice scenario dungeon, kind of to say. Later on, I will, you know, I'll come back to this. Maybe I'll make this particularly this character per se. I'll probably make him dungeon oriented for you guys to see, like the dungeons later on ahead. So that I can continue leveling up this character and you guys get the more beneficial, fun part of the game. while I do the other one, which is pretty much going to be story oriented, so you guys get to see every single part of the story, and the all the sceneries and stuff like that. Without further ado, guys, like and subscribe, definitely. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video.
If you want to feed my beautiful, beautiful dog.
So
we're not monetizing, so I don't know why I said that, but you know, who can resist a dog? Unless you've been bitten by a dog. Like Ken. Ken can resist my dog. Don't be a Ken. Be a Riku.
yeah, you're being nervous again. You have a nervous breakdown. Calm down.
I just can't stand people who don't like dogs. If you don't like
Yes.
dogs, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm emotionally torn.
Anyway, so thank you guys for watching. Take care and have fun out there.